fans, I'm Big T. This is NHL 16, Be a GM Mode, episode number 6. We're with the Vancouver Canucks. If you recall, last episode we went through a couple months and had a less than stellar performance. We're well under the 500 mark. We're before last in our division. We're like 5th last in the NHL. I decided we're going for a complete rebuild on this team. Our veterans are all going, and I mean all of them. We're talking about players like Hamonic, Verbata, Sedin brothers, Marleau, and Miller. I'm getting rid of those guys. I did a little bit of pre-scouting, tried out some trades off camera, didn't record anything, didn't save anything, so I pretty much know where I'm going with all these trades. The unfortunate thing is that our biggest cancer on our team, Jerome McGinley, nobody would take him. Not even for a 7th round draft pick in 7 years from now. So we're going to be stuck keeping him, but it's okay. We're going to need some kind of veteran to lead our young crew in. So without any delay, let's get our trades on the go. First trade I went with was with the Boston Bruins. We were looking at Boston, and what I'm looking for is young players, and I am looking for draft choices. That's exactly what I got on this team. We went with their first round pick of this year, DeBrusk. He is a left wing, top 6 forward, high potential. He's only 67 now, but he's 19 years old, so give him 2 years in the AHL. He's going to be NHL ready. So I went with DeBrusk. For DeBrusk, which has a very high trade value, unfortunately you have to give to receive. I decided to get rid of our number 1 defenseman. And my reasoning behind that was his age. He's 33. When you're a rebuilding team, you do not keep your old players. Your older players, anything above the age of 30 is on trading block. Not all the players were traded, but some of them were. So Hamius was traded. Did not give us enough on this one here. But because they wanted to get rid of their number 1 draft pick, I decided let's go in there with a couple draft picks also. So I didn't add this year's because this year's I want to keep my draft picks. They're going to be top-notch draft picks. I went with the 2021 draft pick, and I also went with decided to go with the number 1 pick with in 2020 as well. That gave me a bit of a higher line over here, as you can see. So I wanted to try to get something more than that. So what did we get? I went out here, grabbed the Boston Bruins first round pick. And after I had done this, at this point here, we just decided to sweeten up the deal just a little bit to make sure this deal came through. And we went with next year's 5th round draft pick. So we're trading Hamius, Vancouver's first round in 2021, which by that time I'm hoping is a terrible, hopefully 30th round pick. This one as well. And next year's 5th round pick for DeBrusk, which is a high top 6 player, and their first rounder this year. And at that, we had no problems. So Jake DeBrusk lost morale. Verbata lost morale. I'm going to have a bunch of bad morales because the team is not happy when we go to trades. Ideal time to do trades is in off season, but we are selling right now, and there is a lot of selling that is going to happen. All right, so Next trade. Let's go back here. We decided to go to Ottawa. Once again, I'm going after a young player. This one is not on their trade block, but it is somebody who I wanted to go after, and what I gave back became quite good. So we are going after Thomas Chabot, which is a top 4 defenseman. High again, not very good in ranking right now. Unfortunately, we are also getting rid of some very strong players for this trade. We're getting rid of Verbata. To make this deal go through, I had to throw in a couple of draft picks, and no, not unrealistic. I'm not giving away all my firsts. So the 2 7th round picks from this year. And at that, the Ottawa Senators accepted this trade. So we have another young talent who in 1 or 2 years is going to be NHL ready. And we have gotten rid of Verbata, a huge, huge part of our team. And we'll take care of the rosters after. At this point here, we're just doing trades. Next team, we are going to Arizona. I picked a lot of these teams because of their cap space they had left. At the end of these trades, you'll see we have actually a nice amount of cap space left. And this one here is the first part of the Sedin brothers. Daniel Sedin, thank you for your time in Vancouver, but we need to go get something different. Now, I tried to pass Sedin off to a lot of teams that might have given us better. However, the only team that I found that was a taker was Arizona, and we're picking up Tobias Ryder. I believe that's his name, Tobias Ryder, a top 6 forward, high potential. He's 23 years old. He's NHL ready now. We do need to put a team on the ice, so I am putting that there. Traded Daniel Sedin. Once again, goodbye. Best rosters. Now, part 2 of the Sedin trades. I told you this video was going to be heavy on the trades and blockbuster trades. We are going to Winnipeg. I do not like to trade within my division. However, they had what I wanted. Now, we've done a bunch of trades so far. I am now going after Scheifele. He's 22 years old. He's medium elite. He's a center. He's a playmaker. It only made sense for me to trade Sedin for him. However, this trade here doesn't go through. We try. They're rejected. Sedin is at the end of his career. Scheifele is at the start, so I do understand. One thing I've got to give this game is they make it a little more difficult to do trades unless you're giving away like 15 first-round picks like I did on my Boston trade, the first one. But they wanted to get rid of their first rounder from this year, and they wanted to get rid of DeBrusk. So who we added in this deal here was Yannick Hansen. So wasn't able to do this trade because Winnipeg would have more than 45 skaters. So what I did was just go get an AHL player in return. Picked up Raffle. I think that's how you pronounce it. Made the trade even, and there we go. We have now said goodbye to both of the Sedins. A lot of morale changes because This has been huge trades. These are leaders that we're trading. We're literally breaking up the heart and soul of the Vancouver Canucks. But the heart and soul of the Vancouver Canucks have not won us a Stanley Cup. And so far this year, they were absolutely doing nothing. We're not done. Let's continue. Now, this one here was one of my harder trades to make. Just because of the cap hit and the age of the player. But we are moving off to Florida. And there we go. And Florida, a lot of players are exciting here. But one in particular, Jonathan Huberdeau. 22-year-old, 86 overall. A lot of these players are not going to grow much higher than this, but anything is acceptable. And Huberdeau is a left winger, good playmaker. He's going to be a perfect second liner if he doesn't grow. And for him, we are getting rid of Marleau. No team wanted Marleau. Now, I was starting to get low on trade assets, so we need to go all the way down. This defenseman, Neil, he's a 7th D. He's 63. He's not going to be playing for me. I'm not looking for 7th Ds. I am looking for top 4, top 2s. So Neil added to this. And again, that wasn't enough. So once again, we continued down. Just looking for players that they want. Wonder in green, that means that the Florida Panthers really want these players. And at that, we tried it. We're just a bit low. So once again, we go into our draft pools, and I do not want to give current drafts because we're trying to gain some draft choices so that we can pick up our own young talent. And with that, I went with the 2020 third rounder, and that did it. Best rosters once again, and we have one more trade. And this one here, very, very difficult trade to make because it leaves us in a for sure tanking position. And you guys will see what I mean. We are giving up our goalie. This trade here is the least realistic trade I made today because I don't think Boston would ever go for a Ryan Miller. Not when they have Tuukka Rask already. But this is what I need as a team. And at the end of the day, I am trying to make this a winning team. So they did not accept just Miller. So let's go to players. I am looking for a couple assets that are going to help a little. Once again, a high 7th D. He's got some trade value. So we add this player. And a player called Petit. Or for the English people, Petit. That is another unsigned player. He's never going to play in the NHL. Not interested in keeping this. Now, tried on this trade here. They're quite far off in value, so I am going to add more. And again, the reason that we're giving so much is that this is an unrealistic trade. Boston would not want Miller. So what I did over here, once again, I went far down into my draft picks and I threw in a 2019 second round pick. Once again, at this point here, I hope that we're a team that do not need to rely on our picks. So let's give that a shot. And once we have that trade accepted. Ladies and gentlemen, you have witnessed the trades that have shaped up the new Vancouver Canucks. I am not going to see better. Today, we are not a better team. In 3 years from now, I'm hoping that these trades are going to make us a better team. So at this point here, what I am going to do, I am going to bring up my players from my roster. And I am going to choose which ones are going to be playing and which ones are not. I will do this in Power Video Editing. Come back and show you some lines, and if we have a bit of time, we're going to sim the rest of the year. Alright, I'll be back in a minute. So this here is the lines that I had considered to start with. However, I just remember that we did do, in my off-camera, we did do a couple of free agent requests. See if we were able to pick up some players just to fill in a couple slots. Nothing big. They are veterans. They are going to be there just for the year. I'm not giving large contracts, but we went with Eric Cole because I've got Bartkowski as one of my defensemen. So we offered them a contract. We don't have a problem with cap. Actually, the problem with cap we have is that it's too low. So I was giving these players higher contracts than they needed. Like Eric Cole, $2.5 million for the rest of this year. We picked up Weiss. Once again, wanted a 1 year. We offered a $2 million 1 year. And if these players are working out and next year they do not, our players haven't grown or anything, then in that case I can sign these players again and at least have a serviceable team and go from there, because at this point here we had a very, very weak team. Let's give Wisnowski one more game, one more end of season. Once again, offered these people much higher contracts than they were asking just because I didn't want any hassle. I want them to accept. Offer contract. And as a goaltender, our highest goaltender is 79. So at this point here, I brought in Ray Emery. Offer contract. He's looking for that. So I'm going to offer him 1.5. However, the problem that I have is I don't think I've got much room in my contracts. So I might only get 1 or 2 players on this. Let's see. Where does it show how many players I've got? Manage rosters. And roster moves. Yeah, no, it doesn't show there. So we are going to sim a day or two just to see. No, cancel that. We're going to just sim a day or so, see if we got any signings. Zach Ronaldo is on waivers. Nope, not interested. Ray Emery's accepted. And let's see where we are on our calendar. We are now at the trade deadline, so let's advance one more day. Eric Cole's accepted. And that is all that we were able to get. So let's go fix that up. Let's go to the, I'm going to do the roster moves, line changes. I'll do the final line changes, and I'll just come back and finish this off for you. All right, hockey fans. So here we are. On line 1, we've got Huberdeau, Scheifele, And Iginla, yes, I am keeping Jerome Iginla on my first line. I'm going to give him captaincy to help his morale up. Maybe he can get back up. Line 2 is Ryder, Sutter, and Barchi. Prust, Horvat, and Cole. Cracknell, Jones, and Kennens. We'll go to defense. I've got Edler and Tanev. There's my hopeful future superstar Clendening and Weber, Spiza and Hutton. And in between the pipes, we have Emery and Markstrom. In the AHL, we went with the best lines on that one. We've got all our young guns playing, other than some that we've picked up, like the first round draft pick from Boston and the first round draft pick from Ottawa. They're playing in the juniors, and my goalies over here are Malcolm Subban is getting the nod. Backup is Bachman. So that is my lines. Let's see how long this video has. We're about 21 minutes. So why not? Let's give it a shot. Let's go to morale. We've got tons of meetings. Okay, good performances. You know what I'm going to do for these ones here? I think I'm going to answer just option 2 on all of them. And we're going to just ignore this for now because I know morale is very important. I will start taking care of it next season. This season here, I am going to just hurry it off, finish it off, and move on to the next year. Okay, so that is my AHL, my NHL squad. We are going to talk to these people. Bartkowski, I'm sorry, you're not going to be able to play. Ben Hutton. I've got some hope for a lot of these young players, and let's see if I did a big mistake like at the start of the year, or did I make a terrible mistake? Okay, meet with player, understand your frustration. Okay, one last thing I want to do. I want to give Iginla a captaincy, so I'm going to unassign him. And he's going to become my captain. Oh, captain, be captain. Okay, morale is... He's coming to talk to me. Meet with player. And Iginla is happy, but still not happy. Anyways, let's just continue. Do a quick sim. Finish this season off. And see how things go. Simulate. Watch us become a perfect team. We don't have to worry about that. So 2 losses. There's a win. Go to player morale. Eric Cole. He doesn't want to walk into the locker room. We didn't get you for that. We got you just to play, so just play. It's a loss. So, all in all, what do you guys think of the trades? I know they were extreme. I know that a lot of the players here were hopefuls for the future. However, let's go 1 month. I think it had to be done. We had to break up the core of the team that hasn't been making it. See, we had 3 wins, 4 wins in 5 games, and now we're going on our losing streak. Yeah, nice little losing streak. 3 games, 4 games, 5 games, 6 games, 7-game losing streak. I am sorry, Vancouver. I have brought shame to the city. And we finish out the year. With one of the greatest losing streaks I've seen. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 losses in a row after going, we'll start here. 1 win, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins in 7 games. We go 11 losses in a row. So that is the story of the Vancouver Canucks for this year. Without a doubt, we're not making it to the Stanley Cup finals. We are probably going to follow the AHL finals this year in the next video. Let's just do a quick overall look at how our team fared out. Scheifele, I don't know how many points came already, but he's atop in our points here. Let's go see team stats. We still managed to finish ahead of the Arizona Coyotes. Let's go in the entire league. We're going to want to sort that the other way around. Finish second last in the NHL. So we are going to have a decent draft choice this year. Chicago Blackhawks. Where did my Boston Bruins end up? See, Boston Bruins ended up here. We got their first round pick also. So it's not an entire loss. We have some good draft choices coming up. Next video, we're going to go through the playoffs for the AHL team if they make it. And then we are going to also go all the way to the draft. We are going to do the draft. We're going to do the re-signs. And I think that's what we're going to do in the next video. Sorry for the extra long video this time. We had some trades to do. Everything is done. Thank you for watching. I'd love to have some comments regarding what you think of the trades that we did today. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Again, sorry for the length of it. I hope to see you in the next one. Until then, I'm Big T. Have yourself a good one.